Do not forget this, guys. Do not forget this. Do not forget this. Everything is energy. Your voice is also energy. Your voice is not just a bunch of words coming out of your mouth. Your voice is not just used to argue or defend yourself or sell and convince. These are things that are very surface level when it comes to using your voice. And so what I want you to hear today is going to blow your mind and get you very much thinking differently about what is actually happening on a physiological level, on a neurological level, on an energetic level, and a spiritual level when it comes to using your voice. Everything is energy. So literally, as I'm speaking right now, feelings, right? The desire to communicate with you, the desire to keep my YouTube channel growing, but also the desire to inspire you has made me feel a way, right? And that's brought to you by chemicals in my brain. It's brought to you by emotions, again, chemical residue. And that emotion has then allowed me to speak at a certain volume, speak about a certain things, use certain words, and all of that air is vibrating up the trachea, out the mouth, and moving, literally pushing air molecules in a certain wave. And then it's being picked up eventually through the microphone, but also to your ear. It goes in your ear, through your auditory canal, auditory nerve, auditory area, temporal lobe of the brain, and then converted back into chemicals. Chemical to chemical, end to end. This is all energy. That's all speaking really is. But to me, that's a privilege. I don't take that lightly. I actually feel really lit up. Like there's a responsibility that we have to really understand that what we're saying is not just going out into nothing. It's literally going into someone's brain and affecting the chemical signals in there. Think about what you say to your kids. Think about the environment. Are you arguing a lot? Did you grow up in a household with a lot of arguing? How did that affect you emotionally? And sometimes we can still hear the arguments from our childhood, you know? And it's like we have to start taking radical, loving responsibility and have a more devotional energy of asking ourselves, what am I putting out there into the world? What am I placing inside the brains of everyone that's going to hear me today? Do I want their brains to be filled with and bodies filled with like adrenaline and fear? Or do I want them to feel bliss and possibility through dopamine and serotonin? Because your voice, being that it's energy, say it with me now, is going to do that, whether you like it or not, right? Now, on the other side of this gives you total permission to recognize this person is injecting some weird ass energy into my brain, and I don't want these chemicals today. I'm going to politely excuse myself or just whatever, get out of this person's energy field altogether. You have the right to do that and need to be doing that more probably, right? Now let's talk about it on a communication level and what it means to be a powerful communicator, because you want people in your programs, right? You want to be selling things. People buy based on emotions. Emotion. Energy. E stands for energy. Energy in motion. What did we just talk about with sound waves, right? Energy and motion are emotions. And as Dr. Joe Dispenza says in his book, Becoming Supernatural, you know, emotions are like a residue, a chemical residue of the past. So for example, in making this video, I became overwhelmed with an emotional feeling of excitement and also like anticipation and inspiration. That was an emotional residue of the past that's now circulating throughout my brain and my body. Albeit that was like 5-10 minutes ago in the past, it's still in the past. And that has motivated me to reach for my camera, to figure out how to film it instead of, this is the first time I'm doing this on my phone, by the way. Usually I have a streaming camera and I'm going to worry about editing. I'm not worrying about editing this one. I just want to get this up to you faster and try to work on every single day getting up videos, by the way. So I hope this is okay. Let me know in the comments if you prefer something that's a little more highly edited or if this one's good for you. But my inspiration, the chemical residue emotions of the past, reinforced my actions now. Okay? And now I am carrying inside of me the energy, the electromagnetic residue of inspiration. And guess what my intention is for you? Guess what? Can you just take a guess at what the emotion is that I'm trying to get you to feel? Did you say inspired? Did you say motivated? If you did, you'd be correct, right? So I have to, as a speaker, feel it first. And this is something I really want you to get right now. Your job as a business owner is to get people to feel something. Because when people feel something, they feel motivated to take action. Whether that's sign up for your e-newsletter or buy your thing, right? Buy your product or buy your service. Your job is to get people to feel something. But most people stop the equation right there. I want to take it one step deeper with you. In order to get someone to feel something, you have to be a speaker that feels it first. Did you catch that? In order to get someone else to feel something, you have to be someone who's feeling it first. Meaning that while you're communicating, you need to be willing to hold yourself close to that fire. The fire of your feeling, the fire of emotion. You also have to be someone who can keep cranking it out. Like keep manufacturing the inspiration. Have you ever talked about something and then 5 minutes later, I don't know, I don't even feel inspired about it anymore. Right? That's you deflating. That's you leaking out the energy. So one of the main practices and goals that I want you to understand about communication is it's an art. It's a practice. It's a skill. You have to stay close to that original oomph, right? Like that original spark that lit you up and let your words flow from that energy. When they do, your words, every single utterance, remember it's energy and motion, carries the frequency of your intention or whatever mood you're in. So I wanted you to feel inspired. Guess what I have to feel the whole time I'm speaking? Inspired. That's going to ensure that as the words leave my mouth and as they move those air molecules reaching your ear, that they carry a sonic frequency, a sonic signature of an intention. Now you're not just going to hear the words, you're going to feel the feelings I want you to feel. And you know this. We have that saying, people don't, this is Maya Angelou. She said, people don't remember what you said, but they'll remember how you made them feel. How does that work? Well, I just broke it down. It's literally the frequency, the vibration, the emotional residue, right? That's placed or packed inside of every single word. When you can think on that scale, when you can feel and become aware that, wow, what I'm saying is going to affect someone's brain, then I better make sure that I'm in the right zone. So in order to make sure that you're congruent, right? We want congruency, and I'm going to wrap it up here. When you're congruent, it means your thoughts, your feelings, your body language, your energy, and finally your words are all one. That's congruency. When you have congruency, you are impactful, you are efficient, you are quoted, you are remembered, you are a force to be reckoned with. And by the way, that's also, I believe, when you are channeling and able to channel God and the divine through your voice, because you're You're here in the present moment. You're witnessing what's going on. You're aware of the power of everything you're saying, right? That's congruency. But so many people nowadays are incongruent. They're thinking about something else, feeling something completely different, and saying another thing. And we can get by on that, but it doesn't really allow us to land in the hearts and souls of your listeners, guys, okay? So believe it, start to focus on it. Your voice is energy. It's not just words. And it's going to help you get below the surface of communication into really deep, impactful speaking, guys. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video.